to the President, I will do just what I did.
Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Republic of the Philippines, the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Excellencies. The Department of Foreign Affairs is honored to take part in introducing the 5 Ambassadors Designate in the presentation of credential ceremony at the Malacanang Palace. Mr. President, I have the honor to present the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the European Delegation in Manila, His Excellency Luc Veron.
Mr. President, I'm honored to present to you my letters of credence as Ambassador of the European Union to the Republic of the Philippines. The Philippines and the European Union have enjoyed diplomatic relations over 6 decades. Our shared interests and values are a strong basis for a partnership based on respect and mutual benefit. The EU is eager to pursue the effective implementation of its partnership and cooperation agreement with the Philippines in all areas. By developing closer political relations, we together will strengthen multilateralism and cooperation on bilateral, regional, and global issues. And we will be true to our shared pledge to a rules-based international order. The EU has a strategic interest in a stable, prosperous, and secure Philippines. The EU is working with the Philippines to expand trade and investment, to promote maritime security, and to maintain open and safe shipping routes. The EU and the Philippines have developed a strong economic and trade partnership, characterized, despite the crisis, by substantial trade in goods balance in favor of your country, worth 715 billion pesos. Since 2014, the EU has provided the Philippines with preferential trade access to the EU market based on sustainable development principles, good governance, and human rights. The EU, with its business community, is also the first foreign investor to the Philippines. The EU has recently established a strategic partnership with ASEAN and is looking forward to engaging closely with the Philippines during its role as ASEAN coordinator for dialogue with the EU, starting in August this year. The EU is at the forefront of international efforts to fight climate change and shares a strategic interest with the Philippines on the environment. The EU has decided to cut further its emissions by 55% by 2030. The EU stands prepared at all times to support the Philippines in case of natural emergencies, like most lately following Typhoons Goni and Vakam. The EU is ready to work as well with the Philippines, with the Philippine government on disaster preparedness. Mr. President, for all these reasons, the EU is willing to have a productive political relationship with the Philippine government, notably to support the Philippines in its effort to overcome the COVID-19 crisis and its effort to restart its economy. The EU and its member states will continue their efforts to contribute to the international response to the pandemic, including by guaranteeing affordable and fair access to vaccines for all. The EU continues its participation in supporting of peace and development in Bangsamoro through a comprehensive and inclusive approach. The recent signing of several financing agreements worth 4.7 billion pesos will enable us to continue our unwavering support to the peace process that has been a cornerstone of your presidency. Mr. President, in the European Union, the Philippines and the Filipinos have a strong and reliable partner. In the coming years, building on these robust foundations, together we can take the EU-Philippine relations forward.
Ikaw ang Pangulo para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao.
I accept Your Excellency's credentials as the Ambassador of the European Union to the Philippines. The Philippines and the EU share a deep respect for democracy and the rule of law. This will serve as a solid foundation for robust cooperation on the basis of mutual trust, respect, and benefit. Ours is a long-standing relationship dating back to 1964. We should continue to redefine, refine, and reinforce our ties in face of new challenges and opportunities. I am encouraged by the convening of the subcommittees under the Partnership and Cooperation Agreement this year. This signifies our shared resolve to implement this landmark agreement, notwithstanding the pandemic. Our priority is to intensify trade and investment through a free trade agreement. We wish to partner with the EU to protect and promote all rights of all, especially the human rights of migrant workers. We are also ready to further enhance cooperation on climate change and the humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. Those most responsible for climate change must be held to account, even as we work together to build our communities, resilience, and preparedness. I thank the EU for its support to our justice sector and peace-building and development efforts in Mindanao, particularly the Bangsamoro. Excellency, the Philippines is ready to work constructively with the EU for the greater good of our peoples. Congratulations, Your Excellency. I wish a successful tour of duty in the Philippines. I welcome you, and may you have a fruitful tour of duty in my country.
May we invite the ambassador and his entourage for a group photo with the President.
Ikaw ang Pangulo para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador.
Madilim na kahapon, ikaw ang mag-aahon. Sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang
Mr. President,
korupsyon.
I have the honor to present the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Federative Republic of Brazil, His Excellency Antonio José Maria de Souza y Silva.
Mr. President, thank you very much for welcoming me here in this beautiful Malacanang Palace. It is a great honor to present to Your Excellency the letter of recall of my predecessor and my letter of credence as Ambassador of Brazil to the Republic of the Philippines. Let me take also this opportunity, Mr. President, to convey to you the best wishes from my president, Mr. Jair Bolsonaro, that he extends to you personally and to the Filipino people. I am deeply grateful and honored to be the Brazilian ambassador to the Philippines. Honored because it's a country that has strong and growing relations with Brazil over the past 71 years. Those 75 years also mark the 75 years of our mutual diplomatic relationship. And I am grateful to my president because my coming to the Philippines was a personal wish I had. And I was lucky and happy that this wish was granted. So there are those two reasons why I would like to extend to you also. Mr. President, our common history in those 75 years has brought about many opportunities and many fields of cooperation. We go from agriculture to new sources of energy. We go from science and technology to trade and investment, and from tourism to mutual political dialogue. Furthermore, Philippines and Brazil, due to the place they hold within their respective regional groups, Mercosur and ASEAN, this can also mean an opportunity to also bring closer together South America to Southeast Asia. Furthermore, Mr. President, I would like to assure you that I will be with my team in Manila, do the utmost to persevere and to strengthen our mutual relations. I would like, Mr. President, if you allow me to tell you that the next time we meet, inshallah, in the future, I may be able to say a few words on your native language. I have already started my classes, but not enough to be able to say anything meaningful to you. Mr. President, finally, our deep recognition to the efforts and the diligence with which your government, your country, your people have faced this tragic pandemic that has affected all of us. I want to congratulate all of you and hope, as we all do, that this period ends soon and life will go back and the Philippines will again follow its path of development and growth. Salam alaikum.
Ikaw ang pangulo para sa pagbabago.
May we invite the ambassador and his entourage for a group photo.
Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao. Madilim na kahapon, ikaw ang mag-aahon.
I am pleased to accept Your Excellency's credentials as Ambassador to Brazil to the Philippines. Brazil is an old friend and partner of the Philippines. With room for growth in our relationship, the horizon is wide as it is bright. Let us work together to intensify bilateral trade and investment exchanges during your tenure, especially in agriculture, biofuels, business process, and outsourcing and logistics. I welcome the delivery of the 6 new A-29 Super Tucano aircrafts from Brazil last year. The partnership in defense and security is important for the Philippines. Let us continue to work together to ensure universal access to the COVID-19 vaccine. This is a principal position which we should continue to push and demand in all available fora. This year marks the 75th anniversary of the establishment of our diplomatic relations. As I affirm the Philippines' commitment to expand bilateral relations with Brazil, let us renew the resolve to take our relations to even greater plane. With the deep mutual understanding between our countries, we hope to continue our collaborative work through shared advocates and advocacies for inclusive growth and sustainable development in bilateral consultations. Congratulations, Your Excellency. May you have a fulfilling stay in the Philippines. And I personally would like to say welcome